Hello my friends and welcome back to EVE Online with me, Mark from Dadex, and we're on the test server today to look at the new Navy Issue Battlecruisers that are coming into the game later this month. To get onto the test server, in case you never have, it's not a complicated process. You open up your login screen, you click the tab down here, you want to go onto the Tranquility server. If you haven't logged the account in before to the test server, you will need to log it in. It's a completely separate server. I've done that, so here we are. Something to note is I'm in a space in a Thrasher. That is the random save point that the game drops about once a month. This was probably about a day ago in terms of my EVE flying. But we now arrive in the test server in the same system that you were in at that save point, in the same ship. But that's irrelevant. But we're actually in the test server right now. You will also have the skills that you had at the moment of that save applied to your character. In the test server, as we'll see, you can buy anything for 100 ISK. That includes skill extractors. So you could respec your character on the test server. You can't just get any extra skill points. So if you can't fly a Titan in Singularity, unfortunately, you cannot just pop on here and have a go. Now there is a fast travel mechanic on the test server I will demonstrate. You need to use a / command. It's just /move me. And that will bring up the little menu box there. We have a selection of places to jump to, which you will jump straight to them. So basically we've got one of each class of wormhole down here. You can jump straight to Jitter, Dodixie, Amar or Wrens. You can jump straight to Dodixie, Jitter, Amar or Wrens. You can also jump straight into Fera. You can go into Nullsec, and the top system is the one we actually want to jump to today. That's the one where the market is. Well, it's not actually where we need to go today. I could do what I need to do right here just using the search bar and info screens. But to go and equip your ship and buy stuff, we're going to jump to that top system. And there's no jump animation as such. We switch straight to that system. We are in warp. And as soon as we come out of warp, we want to go and dock up at either of these two structures here. We're going to go for the Keep Star. And that is where you will find the market, where everything costs 100 ISK. How amazing is that? See you when we're there. Right, so we're docked in the Keep Star. I'm just going to open up the market screen, even though we're not going to do any actual shopping today, just to show you that basically everything in the market on the test server is 100 ISK, from implants to ships, etc, etc. So you can absolutely fill your boots and mess around in here. Obviously then you could fast travel to wherever you want to find the site or the event or whatever it is you want to kind of test the ship against. You can also get filaments. You can run Abyss in here. They're all available. All you need to do, obviously, type in there we go, all kinds, all 100, so you can do whatever you like on the test server pretty much. PvP, good place to maybe come and practice. I've always just done it live, you know, it's not been a great issue for me. The last time I was on the test server, as I said earlier, was in fact just to learn how to fly the basics of flying a carrier, something I wouldn't recommend you do in low sec. But it's the new ships we're really here to look at, so I'm just going to go up here, and I think what we're going to do, I'm going to come back when I've opened up a few info windows, but we're just going to type up here Cyclone and ships, and we now have two, so we can get the regular Cyclone up and we can get the fleet issue Cyclone up. So I've opened up the info windows for the 4 battle cruisers that are affected here. So in no particular order, we've got the Myrmidon, the Ferox, the Prophecy and the Cyclone. And at the top we've got the regular Tech 1 version of the battle cruiser, and down here we have the new Navy versions. Now these stats are not 100% confirmed. They are possibly going to change. We might pick up on 1 or 2 little oddnesses along the way here, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so we're going to start with the Myrmidon, and for each level of Galante battle cruiser skill, you're going to get a 10% bonus to your drones and a 7.5% bonus to your armor repair amount. Down here on the Navy version, we're getting the same bonuses for the drone damage and hit points and the armor repair amount. We're also getting 10% per level to status weather fire drone factor of velocity decrease, so obviously it's going to slow them down more. That's an interesting thing to think about. We'll talk about that in a second. A 10% bonus to the turret damage, which obviously was completely lacking from the Tech 1 ship. The turrets were quite secondary on a Myrmidon. And then the roll bonuses are also the same. The roll bonuses are the same, apart from, again, a bonus to medium hybrid turret, optimal range and fall off of 25%. So the Navy version has definitely got a lot more pew about it because the guns are much more effective. The status weather fire drone, we were talking about this last night. Would it maybe sometimes be appropriate to put one in a flight of 5 drones? Because we reckon we could get one drone maybe slowing the ship down by about 30%. You're losing 25% of your DPS. You're losing 20% of your DPS by not having one of the 5 drones shooting, but maybe you're getting more than a 25% increase in application depending on what you're shooting. So it might be worth thinking about. So we're certainly going to see the Myrmidon putting out a lot more DPS simply through the addition of the guns. So on the attribute side of things, a general pattern here amongst these ships is a 50% increase in base hit points across all 3 areas of tank, the hull, the armour and the shields. I think that's right, that's very basic maths, but I think 50% does apply. In terms of the Myrmidon, there are no differences for the drone stats between the Navy version and the non-Navy version. There is also a complete matchup with regards to capacitor and the navigational stats. The Navy version gets 1 extra point of sensor strength, so it's a little bit harder to jam. If we look at the fitting tab for the Myrmidon, you will see there's a tiny increase to power output, 50 megawatts, same CPU, same rig calibration. We've got 1 less turret hardpoint, so that does mitigate the bonuses a little bit. The same general slot layout, which is a pattern we'll see across all the ships. We've all got the same. There's no change to the slot layouts, but some of these high slot allocations do change. So 1 less turret, but better bonuses. So a little bit more flexibility into what you can get in those top slots. You can get a little bit more of a utility going on, whether that's reps, because Myrmidons do like to rep each other. Don't forget your command burst, of course, because even if you're flying solo, they're a good boost to yourself. You might want some fleet support items on there. If you're doing a bit of PvE, you can get some utility items on there to help you grab your loot, etc, etc. The choice is yours. Right, moving on to the Ferox. The difference between the Tech 1 version and the Navy version is that it's doubled the bonus per skill level to the turret damage to 10% per level. We've lost the bonus for optimal range, which was 10% per level of battlecruiser skill. Instead, we've got a 7.5% bonus to tracking speed and a 7.5% bonus to shield booster activation cost. So if you've got level 5 battlecruiser, that's what, 37.5% reduction in the capacitor requirement for your shield reps. So Feroxes have always had a passive tank, or certainly I've always used a passive tank on a Ferox and concentrated on the DPS. Now you're getting a nice boost to the active tank, so yeah, that'll be a nice thing to try out. And then down to the roll bonuses, and there's no change on the roll bonuses for the Ferox. So we've got more damage, we've got more tracking, but not optimal range, and we've got more tank. So a little bit of a balanced one there. More damage, better active tank, I should say. Obviously we've got more base tank, so passive tank would also have 50% more base shield hit points to work with. But that's what we're getting with the Ferox. And again, the fitting slots, etc. are exactly the same. It's got 100 extra megawatts, and it even gets 50 extra CPU. So you might be able to get away with a little bit more in that fit than you could on the regular Ferox. You never know. Every little helps, doesn't it, really? And then if we move on to the prophecy, this one, I've had a quick peek through these earlier, obviously. This one's quite a change around, actually, because the prophecy, Tech 1 prophecy, is very much a drone boat. It's got a big old drone hold, a good drone bandwidth. It can fly a flight of heavy drones. Yes, it can. And that's what it's bonused for. So on the Tech 1, you're getting a 10% bonus to drone hit points and damage per battle cruiser skill level. On the Navy version, that's reduced to 5%. And on the Tech 1, you're getting a resistance bonus. For your armor resistance is 4% per skill level. That's gone on the Navy version. You're getting an extra 10% bonus per level of the skill to your armor hit points. So on top of the boost anyway, that's a lot more armor to base your tank around. And the big change here is this nice big 10% bonus per level, medium energy turret, damage and optimal. So there's now a lot more gun involvement in the prophecy. The Navy issue looks to be more of a gunboat. And if we look at the roll bonuses, we've got the same bonuses plus a base 25% bonus, again to medium energy turret, optimal range and fall off. And the conversion into more of a gunboat is reflected here in the attributes. Actually, again, the tank seems to increase 50% armor, shield, but if you look here, the drone capacity is greatly reduced. In fact, it's almost halved, and the drone bandwidth is going down from 75, that's a flight of heavy drones, to 50, that's a flight of medium drones. So basically no more heavy drones. Well, you can squeeze them in obviously if you want to, but much more of a gunboat with drone support now. Good drone support, I might add. They are still bonus, but certainly a change of character there for the prophecy. And yet another Amar ship begging for a brick tank. Yeah, with all those armor hit point bonuses, you want to probably go for a big old passive tank on this boy. Anyway, go on to the fitting screen for the prophecy, and again we'll see no change to CPU. 115 extra megawatts of power output on the power grid. Same calibration for the rigs. If we look at the actual high slot allocations on the Tech 1, we got 4 for turrets and 4 for launchers. We got slots for the 4 turrets the same, but only 1 launcher. But again, you're getting much better bonuses onto those guns now, so you're not going to need the launchers. On the Tech 1 ship, they were a kind of a longer range option, maybe to marry up with the drones using missiles on a prophecy. Certainly guns are the way forward now, just due to the bonuses if nothing else. And last but not least, we are onto the Cyclone, the Myrmidon battle cruiser of the day. And on the Tech 1 version, we have got heavy missile and ham, launcher rate of fire, bonuses of 7.5% per battle cruiser skill level, and a shield booster amount bonus of 7.5% per shield level. On the Navy version, we've got a 9% ham and heavy missile rate of fire bonus, so that's an increase there. And we've also got a 5% bonus to the heavy missile and ham explosion radius, which basically affects application on smaller, faster ships. But we're losing the tank bonus. We got more base hit points, as I said, but maybe the Navy Cyclone might be one for a passive tank and the focus somewhere else, but I'll leave that down to you. But it's losing the bonuses for the active rep. On the roll bonuses, there is absolutely no change. We've still got the command burst module, obviously can be fitted. One of them applies to all the ships. I didn't mention it because I think you all know that. 50% bonus to command burst area effect range, same, and 25% bonus to missile velocity. So that is basically an increase in range. They get there quicker, but it also extends their range because range is velocity times flight time, isn't it? So attributes wise, what have we got? Again, the 50% bonus there to all of the base hit points, exactly the same drone stats. We have got, I didn't mention on any of the other ships at all, but the resistances do not change between Tech 1 and the new Navy versions. And again, the capacitor stats, navigational stats are the same. Sensor strength is the same here, which it wasn't on the Myrmidon. And in fact, let's just have a look. I didn't check on the other ones. We've got 18 there, 17 there. So although it is quite a minor issue, all but the Cyclone and the Ferox and the Cyclone are not getting any change to their sensor strength. The other two ships get 1 point more. Wow. Okay. But all the rest of the stats there are the same. If we look at the fitting on the Cyclone, we've got an increase in CPU, we've got an increase in power grid, not substantial, but it is what it is. Calibration for your rigs, the same. High slot layout, we've got an extra slot on this ship. That's unusual. All the rest are exactly the same. Yes, they are. Double checking. You know me. So we've got an extra high slot. 6 launchers instead of 5. 2 turret slots as there were before. So we've got an extra high slot and it is a launcher slot. 5 mids, 5 lows, 3 rigs, same as before. So the Cyclone seems to be switching from you want to put an active tank on it to maybe a passive tank will be okay. The missiles are definitely more effective. They've got more damage and they're going to apply a little bit better. But out of them, the Prophecy has probably got the biggest kind of flip because it's being turned from a drone boat to a gunboat. The Myrmidon is getting much more gunny, but with the difference being that its ability to field drones is completely unchanged. And all of the bonuses carry over for the drones from the Tech 1. So the Myrmidon is getting a boost to its guns and its status Weber Fire drone effect. The Ferox is getting more damage, but it's going to want you to have an active tank on there to use that bonus. The Prophecy is flipping completely really from a drone boat to a gunboat with backup drones. And missiles are now a no-no. And the Cyclone is getting better with its missiles, but has no now tank bonus at all. So we'll see how that one goes. As I've said though, none of these are finalised at all. And the other thing we can do while we're in here in the test server is simulate the fit. None of these ships can actually be bought, even on the test server yet. They are not actually assets, and as I said, you know, they're liable to change. But if we open up the fitting screen and we drag in that Myrmidon there, that's a regular Myrmidon. We want the variation. Let's drag the Navy Issue Myrmidon in there. So you can come in here and you can start having a little look at the fits you might want to have a go at. As I said, do just remember they are liable to change. If you're interested, let me know. Maybe we'll do a little quick vid of just speculating at some fits as how we might build some of these ships. We threw together a quick Ferox last night that didn't really had one faction module on it. It was producing, I think, 1,000 hit point to cycle reps and giving off 927 beautiful DPS. Don't worry that I stuck a cloak on that fit. It's my own private thing. It has appeared in a video though. But anyway, that is a quick overview of what is going on with the new Navy Battlecruisers, to be confirmed. Coming into game this month, I believe, through events where the blueprint copies will be dropping. And as for prices, we'll see. They are obviously going to be really, really expensive the first little while. New stuff always is because of its rarity as it comes into the game. So if you want to hold off until the price has settled down, that might be the wise thing to do. If you're keen as mustard and you've got lots of ISK, get out there and buy one, or even better, maybe take part in the event and earn yourself a blueprint. But I think the details of the actual event itself are yet to be released. But that, my friends, is the overview of the Navy Issue Battlecruisers due in-game very soon. Please leave us a comment down below with your in-game name, letting me know what you think, because what you think is as important as what I think. I'm really looking forward to the Ferox just being like doubled down Ferox. The Prophecy looks like it might be a bit of a brick tank brawly monster. So let me know what you're looking forward to, anything you find exciting or disappointing. The Cyclone doesn't look too great, but maybe I'm not seeing something. Let me know. There are also 4 new Navy frigates coming into the game, which in summary are exploration frigates with added pew. We will be back tomorrow, my friends, with a video looking at those fine ships. Please leave this video a like if you have liked it. It just helps the channel and it encourages me to make more videos and other people know it's worth watching. It's handy. But for now, my friends, remember, even is believing, fly brave and goodbye.